Hey, Justino here. I just want to give you a quick update. If you're having problems with your water sprinklers, especially in an individual zone, I think I might have found the fix. And it may not be for everybody, but it definitely worked for me more than once. So I use a Hunter system. Lowe's doesn't look like they carry Hunter valves anymore, but this is what I use to fix it. So I'm really happy I found this out. Basically this, first, if your water sprinklers aren't working, is it the entire sprinkler system or is it just an individual zone? In my case, it's two zones have stopped working, and I could tell that because my grass was dying and all the roots were coming to the top looking for water. They were starving or very thirsty, one or the other. So I actually tried the electronic side first. It didn't work. Then I went over, found the box, and checked this. So try this if a zone is not working. You're gonna look for the valve box and make sure you don't let your grass grow over that. Always maintain this box so that you can get to it easily in an emergency like this. Right now you have your four kind of valves right here. I have a 4-zone system, okay? So each one is gonna control one zone. I tried to turn on my electronics manually and it did not work. So I came over here and I slightly, and you just gently, you don't turn like multiple times, you just turn like a quarter of a turn. And you can hear water going through that valve, and then you also hear it going through here. And now you'll see that the water sprinklers are on and it's getting me wet. So I'm gonna turn that off. Now, if the electronics don't work and that works, you probably have an electronic issue. But in my case, the electronics don't work, and this one right here, zone number 4, I turn it, nothing happens. No water's coming through here, no water's going through here. So what we're gonna do is we are going to replace this valve, this entire valve on the bad one right here, this whole thing. However, that would mean cutting into this pipe. This is all glue, this is gonna be a nightmare. So I actually replaced the top of it and replaced the entire thing last time, and it worked. But Lowe's is no longer carrying that piece. So guess what I found? I went to Lowe's and they don't carry the pieces anymore, the whole thing, but they carry the replacement part. So this is the diaphragm. So what breaks is this, do you see this little gray piece? It was white on mine, but it was broken in half and it was like a half a ring. So what happens is the diaphragm doesn't want to move. So just replace this whole diaphragm, and I'll take you step by step how to do it. It's super easy. First thing you want to do is to turn off the water supply to here. This is in my case out in the open. It's very easy. We're going to go ahead and turn this completely off. Now there's no more water. Just to verify that, you can turn one of the open lines on that you know was working. That's open, no water coming out. We're off, okay? Go ahead and close this up for now. I'm gonna go ahead and unscrew this off completely. Looks like that. We're just gonna set it to the side. We're not gonna replace this because this isn't the solenoid that's bad in this case. At least I don't think so. Now we're gonna try to dig all this sand out of here. And it's gonna get messy, but you wanna try to get the sand out of the way. Whoop, sorry. Sand out of the way so that we can go ahead and get a clear kind of view of what we're working in. And you'll see the water is coming through there. That's normal. In my case, I got a Phillips screwdriver. Take those 4 screws off. It is very likely that when I take this cap off, the entire box, the water will backflow from the pipes under the ground and flow into this box. Maybe it won't happen this time, but it's happened to me in the past. So be prepared for that. And then, be careful because it's flooded. You don't lose any screws or pieces down there that you may need later. So gently take these 4 screws out of here. I usually put them inside this so I don't lose them. And then see if we can get this off. Okay. And there's the spring. We're going to use that again, so don't throw that away. And here's the diaphragm. Going to pull that out of there. And sure enough, what I tell you, that little ring that's supposed to be all around it has broken. I don't know what happens to them. I don't know why they break it. I don't know where the piece goes. But this is what it should look like, all the way around it. Okay? Now there's a little hook right there. We're going to line that hook up with that little hole right there as well. Okay? So we're going to line that up like that. Actually, there's one here. I think I do it that way first. Let me rinse this off. Now, it didn't flood that bad this time. The last time I did it, the whole thing flooded completely. I was actually not so sure that the water was turned off for a while. All right, so we're going to put this like that. That was a good job. Kind of don't want that. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna rinse all this out first. I don't want that sand to be in there because it may make a seal problem. All right, we're gonna line that little dot right there. If you can see this, that little dot in with that little hole right there. So we're gonna line that up and then push that in. And then when you see how that goes in and out now, that's how it's supposed to react. That spring in the bottom will pop this in and out. All right, let's go put it back on. All right, we're back. Now, make sure that you put it back in the same way that it came off. So in my version, this big here where the solenoid goes was facing me, and these other ones here match. So just make sure you put that the right way. I'm not sure if you'd be able to put it on the wrong way by the screws, I would imagine. So that could cause an issue. All right, we're gonna go ahead and put the screws back in. Now, if you turn this manually and the water did come out, then it's nothing to do electronically, manually. It could be the solenoid that's bad, which is that little piece right here. And you can buy spare versions of these as well. Just make sure don't do like I did and buy the wrong brand, because they do not fit. They all have different sizes, different shapes. So just make sure you get the right one. And I'll be honest, now that I know which one it is, I bought 4 more. I've already replaced 3 of these things, and one still is original from the home, but I bought 4 more because I'm just gonna keep them in the garage, and if it goes out again, I'll have them ready to go. So because I was over here filming the video, I forgot a very important step. Don't make the same mistake that I just did. There you go, can you see me now? Okay. There is another piece that I took off the original, and maybe it would work without it, but I'm not gonna attempt that. I'm gonna make sure that I put everything back the way it's supposed to be. So I'm taking it off again because I realized, and I'll show you here as soon as I get it off, that there was one piece that I forgot. If you take that inside and you look at them, what's missing? This little white ring, a little wheel. That snaps off and it goes on like that. And I forgot to do that. So maybe it worked without it, but I'm not gonna try to find out. All right, let's try this one more time. Okay, so all the screws are back on. Now we're gonna grab the solenoid. We're gonna put that solenoid back in place. Just put it vertically, straight in the hole like that. You can see that okay? And you just screw it to the right. Don't put it too tight, it's pretty gentle. And that's it. We're gonna turn this water valve back on, and fingers crossed. Now, if you can't do it by hand, you can use a pliers like this to grab it and just gently. You hear that water going? Now you know there's water in that box again. All right, so the water line is back on. We're gonna do this time. We're gonna turn it to the left just a little bit because it says left is on. That's the sound I was hoping for. That means water is flowing and the water sprinklers are finally working. Yay! So that's it. Just go to Lowe's, get yourself a spare one of these, and keep them on hand, and that's it. And this one's called the PGV, but check out what kind of a sprinkler you're using. Make sure you're using the right pieces. But that's it. Don't need to replace the whole piece, just that inside diaphragm, and you're good to go. Again, my name is Justino Zoppi. I'm a realtor with Keller Williams. You can get your key with Jay-Z, and I hope this tip helped you out and I hope you saved some money. See ya.